All right, welcome back to the channel today. I have a very special guest, Mr. Leon Johnson. He scaled from, I believe, $10,000 a month to $200,000 a month. And today we're going to break that down. So I've got some really spearheaded questions for you to kind of just go very deep because somebody watching right now is probably like, how the hell do you even do that? And so I kind of just want to get a bit of a snapshot here and pick your brain, man. See how you're able to see such explosive growth with only like $2,500 in ad spend, which is the crazy part. And so we're going to be diving into like the offer and the positioning, the marketing, and the setting, the sale, everything. And
Yeah,
so it's going to be a really good one. So Leon, thanks for coming on the channel, man. Really excited to chat and break it down with you. Give us a quick little background. Who are you? What do you do?
for sure. Excited to be here as well. Ready to give you your praise for what you've done, I guess, for me, my company as well. But essentially, so my name's Leon, like you obviously said. I am 19, turning 20 tomorrow. I grew up being a professional footballer, and now I have a sales training and recruitment company helping athletes get into sales online. On the B2C side, I train appointment setters. On the B2B side, I place appointment setters into companies with companies that actually need good appointment setters that have the mindset to crush it in sales. And they obviously want sales reps that have experience through my training as well.
Love it. When did you start and how did you start?
So I obviously, if you coach something, you'd hope you have experience. And I started appointment setting myself. I was looking at the calendar about a year and a half ago, exactly. I first started appointment setting. Before that, I was in the kitchen washing dishes for $15 an hour. Um, I got a training through appointment setting. I got aligned with one of your clients, Nick Priola, made 6 grand my first month with him, Forex his company. And then I moved to Adam Bunnell, another fitness coach, Forex his company. And then it came to a point where I just had a skill set that I could teach other people. And then I stopped appointment setting. I kind of went all in on coaching. And since then, it's kind of just been scaling this offer up. But I officially went all in on this maybe 7 months ago.
Unreal. Unreal. Yeah. And you hit a really important point there, like actually going in the trenches and building a valuable skill and seeing tangible results with that too, with
Yep.
Nick, with Adam. And then, yeah. So talk to me a little bit of, let's dive into the marketing side of things.
Yeah.
What's working for you? What do you think you've done differently? And you can disclose as much as you want to. I respect like
Sure.
yeah. So talk to me a little bit about that. Like what do you think is like kind of the biggest lever that you pulled that has unlocked a lot of that growth?
Yeah. So I think it's the right information. Like my dad was an entrepreneur, my brother is in business as well. So starting out from a year and a half ago, I had the right people around me and then just multiplied that by input sitting here 10 hours a day for the last year and a half, which has helped me go quickly. But then I think it's also access to the right information, right? That kind of collapses the time, paying people like you to help me, like teach me what I need to be has really been like a cheat code, right? It's pretty damn easy if you have the right information and you're willing to put in the work, right? But then it's also, I was the exact person I created my company, my training program for. I was the athlete that felt undervalued, that was earning $15 an hour, but they knew they had potential for more. So I can just hit those points so fucking well. I've gone to bed being that person. So now I can market on my Instagram to that person, which just resonates with them, makes them want to get coached by me and pay me as well.
Absolutely. You just have such a depth of knowledge regarding who you're speaking to and how to speak to them
Yeah.
that I think a lot of people don't because maybe they try and skip that step.
hmm
Cool. Is Instagram your primary platform? Do you use anything else too?
Instagram, bit of YouTube, but mainly Instagram, and then obviously just word of mouth and referrals is probably bringing in like 100K a month. Actually, no, that's not true. Maybe like 70. Just from like these athletes, they're on a team with other athletes. Of course, they're going to tell their friends when they're making 5 grand a month, right?
Hmm. Yeah. What's the key to building a really good product that unlocks those referrals?
Yeah. So really, and this is a cheat code. It's like just have every single person, and this is hard to do. but have every single person that comes into your program just leave them with a better experience than when they came to you. And then it's like, of course, positive word of mouth is gonna go around. Before I went all in on my coaching business, I spent 4 months just building the program, like V1 of it. So I was appointment setting 10 hours a day for Adam, the fitness coach. And then I spent probably the other six just building a program for 4 months. So it's really just putting blood, sweat, and tears into a program. It's not fun. It's not a fancy little trick, but if you want to get to the top, you can't cheat like how good or bad your product is.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's like a couple sides of that too, about leaving them better off than when they joined.
Yeah.
There's the tangible side of like,
Mm,
I achieved the transformation, and then there's the emotional side too.
sure.
Do you think one's more important than the other?
So, yeah, I mean, they pay you to solve the problem, right? So they pay me to make more money, to get to the outcome, to quit their job, to go all in on their sport, whatever it is. But then it's like at the end of the day, they don't really care about making 5 to 10K a month with appointment setting. They care about building a life of freedom where they're fulfilled all of these things. So I think really it's like, I think the clients judge whether they were successful based on whether they get the end result, the tangible outcome, because they're maybe not as aware of the intangible outcomes. But I think making a good product that creates a tangible outcome then like manifests kind of the emotional and makes them say the person they need to be or whatever it is.
Totally. Yeah. Let's talk about your very low ad spend. Now,
Yeah.
obviously, a huge part of that return is the referrals
Yep.
and the consequence of building an incredible product, an incredible
Yep.
client experience. Let's talk about like how you attract new people who have
Sure.
never heard of you before. How do you
Yep.
bring them into your world? How do you nurture them? How do you convert them?
Well, they got to join your program to get in depth with that, right? But it's like exactly what you teach, right? And you say it, and before I joined the program, I was like, "Is this possible?" You say, we say, what it lacks in like specifics and trackability just makes up for in profitability, right? And it's like that didn't really make sense to me until I just started running it and brought like my ideal clients to my door. Like I signed actually my closer who's staying with me here in Dubai. He signed a 16-year-old to 5K, sorry, 4K 30 minutes ago. And he came through an ad.
Wow. How many ads did it take to find one that absolutely ripped?
Uh, Pretty much straight one because like if you understand your clients you're going to understand what brings them in, what resonates with them. Of course there's different hooks, different things that might work better. You can split test it, sure, whatever, but really it's like if you really understand your avatar, I think it's like pretty damn easy to make a compelling ad.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. I'm curious as well, like because like a sales training recruitment company,
Yep.
there's a lot of them. They've been around for a long time.
Yep.
What you've done really uniquely is niche down very specifically so that it is like a brand new message that they've never heard of
Yeah.
before, right? These athletes have never heard of this new opportunity that can completely change their life and solve all the pain that they're
Mhm.
experiencing right now. Was that simply just like a matter of, hey, I used to be this guy and then I got into SETI and then here's what I do? If somebody hasn't had that experience, I guess, like how could they come up with like a blue ocean way of positioning
Mm.
offer right now?
Yeah. I think it started as I am this person, my friends are this person, let me kind of do this. But then obviously the more I do it now, it's like the B2C side, it's so specific to them, to their pain points, to the freedom that they want. And on the B2B, it's like all of these companies, say you're sending me, whatever it is that are coming to me, reaching out to me for setters, they want sales reps that have an athletic background. So they know how to work hard, they know how to put in the hours, they know how to stay consistent, all of these things. It's just so compelling on both sides, which is why it's been doing well. And I think it's kind of just assessing that, right? Like maybe it's not the easiest thing to figure out, but like how can you obviously make your offer as compelling as possible and make it not better but new, just to make it stand out. Like it's a new problem that they haven't heard of before.
What's your content strategy like? How do you approach content? What's your mindset around that?
What do you mean?
Like when you're going to record some content,
Yeah.
what's kind of your intention? What's your strategy
Yeah,
behind it? Do you just kind of sit behind a camera and just start yapping? Or is there like, do you have any structure around it?
sure. So I think in this space that I'm in, helping people make money online, proof is like number one, right? So all my ads are kind of just testimonials, to be honest. Right. So leading with proof, my story marketing, posting at least one win a day across just my clients winning. Shit ton of testimonials. I don't know if there's anyone else that has gotten more really good testimonials, really good results in the last 6 months in this space, to be honest, especially not in the ratio that we do. Sure, some people maybe pump out more, but then they sign, 1,000 clients every 3 months. It's like the success rate with us is extremely like very high. In terms of content, it's proof, it's value, it's maybe shattering beliefs, whatever it is. And I feel like I understand that again because I've been that person and I've gotten so much feedback from my clients the last 7 months. I kind of just sit down, it's in my head, and I can just kind of smash it out, to be honest.
Yeah, that's solid. All right, let's go tactical here. Somebody's got the leads coming through,
Yep.
the calendar's empty. Why do you think that is? How can they fix it? What
They've
problems
got
do
the
you see?
leads. Okay. I mean, there's a question if they got the leads, but is it like the right leads? It's not just do you have leads or not, right? Maybe the ad targeting is wrong. Maybe it's bringing in the wrong people in the door. But assuming you've solved that, the ads are coming in, you're bringing in the right people. It would probably just be a conversion in terms of the funnel from following, say, you on Instagram, wherever the leads are, to obviously just getting them on a booked call.
What problems do you see most people have when it comes to appointment setting?
Say in your program or outside of it.
Both, just in general.
Sure. I think, well, most people just don't know what they're doing in terms of hiring or training an appointment setter. And they don't know what they don't know, which is fine. But it's like usually we get in there and there's quite a few things where they're like leaving a lot. If you think like throughput of a system, like it's leaking very much from the start to the finish before they have like an objective outside of you as someone, I guess, who knows what works. So it's fine. And most appointment setters are shit. It's not even me selling my program, but most are just very bad. That a lot of these coaches have. So it's like, who do they have in the system? Who is doing the appointment setting for them? And then it's also the systems, like are you sending a VSL? How are you booking them in? What are the questions you're asking? How are you kind of making it seem conversational? Does it sound like the coach? Like all of these things, like tactical appointment setting stuff. Um, and most people just aren't great at it, to be honest.
Yeah. Getting better, is that an information thing where they need just a clear like process and framework and like kind of the knowledge around it? Is it sometimes maybe just like laziness or just like an it factor? Like they just don't have it.
You mean the appointment setters?
Yeah. Or if there's a coach doing the setting
Yeah.
themselves.
Sure. So I think it's really just like feedback is important, but you got to know how to analyze the feedback as well, right? So you really got to understand where it's broken. And I think the easiest way to do it is just have a very objective view, see a lot of different approaches. Like I know this fitness coach is doing this wrong because I've seen five other ones do it right and it works way better. Like so I have that feedback, I have that kind of perspective, which isn't easy to do when you're just like in a dark room with one flashlight. You only see one thing. It's hard to kind of be objective and see different perspectives. But I think it's mainly just information, and then maybe some people are lazy. But hey, I mean, that just happens. Some people are lazy, right?
100%. Yeah. What's your team looking like right now? I know you got your setter closer. They both just
Yep.
flew to Dubai. You guys are celebrating your birthday,
Yeah.
which is awesome. Anyone else in the team?
Yeah. So I actually used to, my entire team, apart from one, my CSM, who's amazing as well, but we played football together, right? So
Wow.
back under 17s, maybe 2 years ago now, we played football. I was the left back. My closer was the left wing. My now setter was the striker. Um, And then I started appointment setting, started coaching. My now closer was one of my first clients. And then my appointment setter now joined up maybe 1 or 2 months ago. He was working two jobs before he started with me. Now he's making 15 grand a month flying to Dubai, which is pretty cool. But to answer your question, it's obviously me, it's my closer who I'm still 50-50 on calls with. He's fucking awesome. We just got to make the transition to get him on calls. It's my setter, a video editor, who's obviously like in Turkey, and then a CSM who's absolutely amazing as well.
What have you learned about leadership? So obviously you've gone from one man show
Yeah.
to now leading a team of four very quickly.
Right.
And I'm
Yes.
sure there's a lot of lessons that come with that.
Yeah. So I think I I learned a lot from when I got led, right? So when I worked with Adam, the fitness coach, right? I got hired as a setter, then I trained two other setters under him in his company. Adam was just a really good leader, really good coach. I learned a lot from him. And I think it's really just like I think just being genuine, like sure having the things you need to do inside the company, but if they have the right information, if they're working hard, which they are, my guys are all like really working hard. They all have big goals that are aligned with the company. Then it's kind of just like making sure they're on track, motivating them. Um, but when, say, a roadblock occurs, when something goes wrong, maybe I'll be able to give you a better answer then.
Sounds good. Sounds good. What would you tell yourself like 12 months ago when you were still working for somebody, like building the skills kind of in the trenches? What advice
Yeah.
would you have for younger Leon?
So I started appointment setting. My brother introduced it to me. I started appointment setting so I could quit my dishwashing job so I can play football professionally. I got into it, made 6 grand my first month, and then I quit football within the first month to go all in on sales and kind of entrepreneurship. So the goalposts definitely changed there. But like I didn't realize I was going to be teaching appointment setting. And I did it pretty damn quickly, but I did it because I was really good at it, and I just did a lot more than everyone else. Most appointment setters get, I don't know, 10,000 booked calls in X amount of months. I did it way quicker to where I could transition to coaching. But I mean, this question is weird because I wouldn't tell myself anything that would change the course of where I'm at now. But if I hypothetically could give myself some advice 12 months ago that could help me get there quicker, um, probably like you will never look back and regret how hard you worked on something,
Love that.
right? It's like you will never wish you didn't work as hard as you did. You can wish the other way that you worked harder, but it's like no sleep nights, whatever it is, early mornings, coffees, you're 5 coffees down on a Wednesday afternoon, whatever it is, like you're never gonna wish you didn't work as hard as you did, especially when you're, I don't know, 18, 19 years old, I would say as well.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I resonate with that so much too. Cause it's like you look back on that. Like I look back on like my grind phase and
Yeah,
I'm like, man, those were the good old days. Like
100%.
it sucks when you're going through it, but then like
Yeah,
you look back and you're like, man, that I was forging myself into an entrepreneur. I was forging
yeah.
myself into like a strong, capable person who can just withstand more pain and just get better at the skills. And I think too often we try to escape that. But if we can
Mm,
just live in that for a long period of time, I think that's like the key to success. Because you look at like big guys in our space and just other
yeah,
entrepreneurs, it's like they've just spent the most time in the trenches, just getting kicked in the face and dragged through the mud.
100%. I agree. And that's really the most exciting part.
Yeah. I think ultimately, at the end of the day, we're a little sick in the head. And that's what
Yeah,
makes it so, so good.
100%. There was a quote I went to the gym with my brother and you posted it. It was from a book. It was like at the end of the day, we're only like monkeys with a plan or something. I might be butchering that.
Yeah.
Um,
Naval Ravikant is like, don't take yourself so seriously. We're just a monkey with a plan or something like that.
yeah. No, I love that one.
Yeah. Well, dude, I don't want to keep you for too long. I know you've got some birthday celebrations you go meet
Yep.
team at the mall. So appreciate your time today, man. This is really, really good. Just kind of pick your brain and get it some insight on how someone can see explosive growth and how they can build their business in a way that enables that. Is there anything else that you want to say to somebody who's maybe stuck, they've hit a plateau and think they're maybe like they're working really hard and they're just not breaking through?
Mm. Yeah. So I joined your program when I was doing 10K a month. I was super scared. I didn't really have the money, so I put it on a split pay, I think. It's really just if you have this goal, you have this North Star as an entrepreneur, just working hard isn't going to get you there. You need the right information, right? And then that right information and the right strategies are going to really collapse the time so you can go even further. If I had not joined your program, I do not know like where I would be today. In terms of, I mean, I don't even know because getting inside your program got me access to more coaches and the right ads. So I would say just you're the guy to go to, but whether it's you or whether it's something else or another problem you have in your business as an entrepreneur, just like paying for the information is without a doubt the easiest way to get to where you want to go.
Love it. Love it. And I find with that too, every time I invest in myself, it's more so like the information absolutely that unlocks things, but it's also like invest, like making that commitment to myself that like, hey,
Yeah,
I'm going all in and I'm ready to put my money where my mouth is and see what we can do here. So
100%. I agree.
yeah. Well, happy birthday, brother. Go enjoy
Yeah,
it. Appreciate your time
I
today,
will.
man. And we'll talk soon.
Of course, we will. Thank you again.
See ya.